were living under a rock in the early 2000s, maybe you didn't hear about the Blair Witch. Maybe you didn't know that they're trying to make a remake of the Blair Witch, which wasn't that good to begin with, in my personal opinion. Some others seem to enjoy it enough that they made a shitty sequel that was shitty and just god awful. If you're a fan of the let's have extreme bouts of nausea and a camera that shakes everywhere worse than a fucking sex video genre, then boom, I recommend Cloverfield and the original Blair Witch Project. But anyway, moving along. I'm not gonna lie, I just saw the preview and I thought I wanted to rant just a little bit about how the fact that you're gonna have a movie that did mediocre to begin with and make a remake of it, not even 20 years later. Cough, Cabin Fever director, I'm looking at you. Cough, remaking your own fucking movie. Cough. Anyway, but no, I don't think it's gonna be good. I don't stand behind it just because, looking at the first one, if you're remaking that first one, even if you try to go in and change a little bit and make it a little bit better, you don't have a very strong original, subject matter to try to go off of. I mean, we've seen other remakes, don't get me wrong. You have Friday the 13th that had a remake as far as the horror genre goes. A Nightmare on Elm Street, which actually I feel got a pretty good remake. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good in 2010. But as far as this, I don't know. I'm gonna remain skeptical. I'm gonna watch it for free. I'm not gonna pay my money to actually see it. And hopefully I'm wrong about this remake and it's actually worth my fucking time and effort. Like the Halloween remake that Rob Zombie did, which was actually really fucking good.
Oh, I'll agree with you there. Being the resident horror geek nerd here, I'll throw out my 2 cents. When this movie came out, me and my mom went to see it because we were sold on the whole, this is real footage. Not really, come to find out, not even a day later or while you're watching the film. But to me, this movie came out, and I think, I'm not going to go and look at the box office and what people thought back then, but I'm pretty sure this was a decisive movie when it came out. A lot of people liked it, a lot of people hated it. Now, I got into horror at a very young age because my mom was a big horror nut, and we both hated this movie. There have been good cam movies since, like the very first Paranormal, I thought was a decent good movie. You had Cloverfield, things like that nature. And this remake does look better to me than the original Blair Witch, so I have hope for it. I don't think it's going to be a dumpster fire like VOD over here, but I'm still reluctant, but I'm positive about it. When it comes to remakes, horror has done... Hollywood is horrible with remakes. Let's just say that. RoboCop and all the other fucking remakes and redesigned movies, you want to call them, whatever, are just... reimagining. Horrible. But horror has had a few good ones. They're actually the shining example of remakes with Friday the 13th remake. I actually thought it was a good film. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, another good remake from horror. So I'm going to give it a cautious optimism. I'm going to go in there, see what we get. It looks at least better than the original.
Yeah, I mean, it has to. I mean, maybe it will be better than the original. I mean, let's think of the original. It gave birth to its own camera shot, the Blair Witch shaky cam, which made people nauseous just thinking about it. I mean, like, literally, I can't even... Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So, I mean, even right now, I can't watch that movie because it's just like, no. So maybe I'm hoping that if they remake this, the camera will be steady. Please, for the love of Jesus.
Hopefully, I'm with you right there. The camera has to be fucking steady at least.
I mean, maybe they can fix some things with the story. Like, I still don't even understand the story to this point. It's like, what? There's a witch? Okay. Alright. That all happened. Whatever. It's just one of those things where it's like, you hear the story, you kind of understand the story, and it still doesn't make sense to you. Like, you want a good horror story, you want something that will scare you. Like, You think of Nightmare on Elm Street. You were scared to go to bed after watching that.
Yeah, that first one was very, especially in the time it came out. If you saw it around that time or early '90s, before CG and all this and that. I mean, of course, the special effects don't hold up all that well nowadays, but back then, that, especially growing up as a teenager, that would fuck with you. That would make you go, I don't want to go to sleep tonight.
Yeah, you know, like Halloween. Halloween was another one, you know. It was like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Those are the ones that are like, they gave you the creeps to the point that you were scared at whatever the hell happened in those movies. Blair Witch was just one of the ones that just confused you to the point it's like, I don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
And you couldn't even see what was going on anyway, so...
Yeah.
It didn't even matter.
For the most part, nothing was going on. It was just looking at somebody scared.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part, that's all.
Oh, and snot bubbles. You can't forget the goddamn snot
Oh my
Yes,
god, that was
everybody made fun of.
disgusting. That was so nasty.
Sorry. I mean, I know tonight when I fall asleep, I'm going to have a dream of fucking that snot bubble bitch because we're talking about it right now, and I'm like, god damn it. And then I'm going to have the scary movie version going on in my head, too, where it was just like a fucking fountain. I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
I have to agree with you, though. The remake of Halloween I thought was amazing, Justin, from Rob Zombie. I actually know people who don't like that are big horror fans, and I don't understand why. Maybe it's just me because I never liked Michael Myers. Like, I watched all the Halloweens, and they were decent films to me, but, like, going between, like, Jason, Freddy, or what's his name from Child's Play, like, Chucky. Like,
Chucky.
To me, those were more memorable horror villains than Michael Myers ever was, and what Rob Zombie did with him I thought was amazing.
Do you doubt the William Shatner mask? The eyes cut out? Is that what this is? Oh.
Sorry, just the original guy never terrified me, man. It never got to me.
No, I understand that. I mean, to each their own, you know, like the Freddy Krueger one, like, I did, you know, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I watched, like, the full first, I don't know, all the fucking original 80s and early 90s movies before Freddy vs. Jason, I was young. I was probably 6, 7, somewhere around there, and I sat and watched them all one day. Or, like, I would always beg my mom to let me rent them from the movie store because it's like, no, this is what I want to watch. But that's been out for years. I don't care. Get the movie, Paul.
We used to get high, me and Justin. I don't condone this, kids, but back in the day, me and Justin and everybody else used to get high and go to the video store and watch horror movies all fucking night long on the weekends. And, like, I grew up with horror, and, like, I love, like, really scary horror movies like Jacob's Ladder, like psychological thriller, but it gets in your mind and it's all about religion in a weird way. And I love slasher films because now they make me laugh. But the first time I saw Freddy Krueger, like Monkey Paw said, that was an intense, scary film for a young age. To me, the scariest movie I ever saw as a kid, that doesn't scare me now, but as a 5-year-old child, and a 5-year-old should not watch this movie. We were having a sleepover for a birthday party, and they put on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. Holy fuck!
Man.
You want to talk about messing with the kid? I was like, holy shit, I'm not sleeping tonight.
What is that? Oh god, oh god.
The best part about that, okay, so I was watching, I don't know if anybody here watches, like, America's Funniest Home Videos or anything like that. They actually showed a video of, like, these kids sleeping, and the mom was whispering and said that they just watched that night Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and their dad was in the room with the chainsaw and started it up.
Oh, those poor kids.
Scared the shit. I laughed so hard.
Oh my god. Because that movie is so gruesome. It is so gruesome and realistically gruesome. Like, Friday the 13th and Freddy Krueger is not realistically gruesome. That movie, that shit looks real. That looks like a real serial killer who's cutting you up. Yeah, like, that shit was traumatizing. So those poor kids, Monkey Paw.
I would lie. That's the kind of shit I would do.
That is one that got remade though, and I think got better. Just a caveat.
Yeah, story-wise,
Jessica Biel one. It's been remade a few times, but the one with Jessica Biel in it, I think, is the one that I prefer out of all. Honestly,
where the girl shoots herself in the fucking head like in the first 5 minutes, which was gruesome as fuck. wasn't as realistic because, yeah, of course, they used some CGI in it, but that first one, it was just, at the time, it was so realistically, like, real-life gruesome that it just fucked with me as
Well, Blair Witch, I think originally was an independent film. I'm pretty sure that it had a budget. Well, hang on, I wrote it down. Yes, it had a budget of $60,000, but it ended up grossing $248 million in sales. So, with being an independent film and the budget that they had for it, obviously it wasn't that bad if it went that far. But the other thing, too, is that with the new one that's coming out, it's not going to be an independent film, like Hollywood's taking it over. So I'm kind of interested to see like what their take on the independent version actually is, because it's coming from a different side. It's not like Hollywood made it and then 20 years later they're going to do it again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, let's be honest, like for the last, I'd say 15 and 20 years, horror movies in general have been lacking big time. Not so many really good ones. And this year, holy shit, we got like 3-4 really good horror movies. From Don't Breathe, Conjuring 2, and what was that one, I think it was Left or something? Like, we've had some really good horror movies this year. Like, it is very optimistic time for a horror movie fan, so, and it does look really better, and it doesn't look like this one. From what I saw from the trailer, it doesn't look like the shaky camera thing. It looks like it's actually a story, like a regular movie almost. Just for anybody watching haven't seen it yet, that's what it's looking like so far. It's not going to be like first person, it's going to be almost like an actual Hollywood regular movie.
Yeah, we would have clips of the trailer up here, but apparently the first time we ever did a show, it did that. We got in trouble. Call.
Yes, YouTube did not like that.
So, kind of like a side topic here, but a lot of things are being remade now. Like, why do you guys feel that is? Because we had Ghostbusters, now we got Blair Witch. There's been like 2 or 3 video games that are being made. Like, are they just running out of ideas? Like, do you guys feel that we've basically just maxed out everything that could be horror related because there are so many different types, and we've already gone the route of like Paranormal Activity, where it's supposedly, you know, live footage based on real events or all that? Or like, do you feel that this is like they're trying to, I don't know, make more money off of shit that worked before? Like,
yeah.
What do you guys feel is the driving force between all of the remakes that we've seen just in like the last 2 years?
The remake is money. We don't have to come up with something, and it's a name that we can make money off of that we have in the past. It's all about that money, and it's like, ooh, this has made money before. Let's just sloppily remake it and pull in money from the nostalgia freaks. Like, Don't Breathe was a completely new idea of a horror movie that went in, I think it was only made for like $1 million, maybe $1.5 million, and has made over $100 million domestically now. Brand new, crazy idea. It works. They just don't want to give money to new ideas because they rather rehash something in a very sloppily, not any heart in the movie at all way. That, oh, we'll just get the quick nostalgia bucks before people say it sucks and people stop going to see it. I think personally.
I mean, I think that's what's going on, and then you see a lot of video game adaptations where, you know, Resident Evil, I think, really started the trend. Yeah, there was a few things before. I think, didn't Double Dragon have a fucking live-action movie? Ninja Turtles, but, I mean, Ninja Turtles, you can't really just say that's a video game adaptation. I mean, that kind of just exploded everywhere, but,
Comic,
I mean,
my friend, comic.
I know it was a comic. I'm saying that. I'm saying that was exploded everywhere, though. But you can't have the original fucking awesome fucking Ninja Turtle comic. No, we have to have the Americanized version where it's like, dude, and pizza, and what's up, and Corey Feldman, and the other Corey, and all the Corys all over the place.
Hey, I like that first Ninja Turtles movie. That first one is the best Ninja Turtles so far. Thank you.
Wow.
That was funny.
May he rest in peace, Corey Hagen.
Give me all the Corys.
Hey, you watch The Lost Boys, man, and that movie alone cemented them as actors. They could be shitty actors for the rest of their lives. I don't care.
Look, I love that fucking movie, and if it gets remade, I swear to God, I will find the producer, I will find the executive producer, I will find the director, and I will find the star, and all of them will be fucking useless for
I'm
reproduction.
sorry to tell you, my friend, they made three shitty
know.
sequels that were direct to video, and they're also making a TV show that's coming out in a few months.
But they better remake the original. That's all I'm